There's never been a better time to be an independent artist. There are more opportunities to launch a successful music career in 2022 than ever before, and that is fact. And in this video, we're going to explain how you can give yourself the best chance of breaking out this year. We've seen plenty of examples of unsigned artists breaking through off their own backs, but there's also a lot of promising artists out there that simply just don't know where to start. I mean, the truth is there's loads of tactics, tools and tricks that you could be using to build a fan base and generate real hype around your music. So let's get into it and discuss all the best ways to get the most out of your music marketing strategies. This will help you level up your chances of making it big without that big budget or that major label backing. But before we start, make sure you like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a single video. We've also got a 30-day trial available at Ditto Music right now. That means you can release unlimited music to every major platform worldwide, free for a whole month. Just hit the link down in the description to find out a little bit more. Just remember to leave comments and questions down below. We'll be down in the comments, getting back to as many as we can. So let's get involved. And this probably goes without saying, but first and foremost, your primary goal, target as an independent musician, artist, or if you're a part of a band, is to make great music. Listen, you could follow every piece of advice I'm about to give you, but if your track or song isn't written well, tight instrumentally, professionally produced, then honestly, you might as well not bother, because I can almost guarantee that you will fall very hard on that first hurdle. Okay, so now we've got through that, we've cleared it up. Let's look at the 10 best ways artists can promote their music independently in 2022. Okay, so if you're releasing music online across big music platforms, then you'll already probably know that the majority of the big streaming platforms already have their own dedicated artist services offerings. For Spotify, that's Spotify for artists. For Apple Music, that's Apple Music for artists. There's Amazon Music for artists. And even Deezer has the Deezer for creators platform. And YouTube now offers even more features for YouTube for artists. The point of these services is to help artists with music on those platforms understand exactly who is listening to their music, so they can find out where, how many times, and to tailor their marketing strategies. They give artists access to exclusive tools and features that would be otherwise difficult to get. So if you look at Spotify for artists allows artists access to a range of tools and options. So when you sign up for Spotify for artists, you'll be able to change and update your profile picture. You'll be able to use recent photos or headshots. You'll be able to add an artist bio as well as recent links like social media platforms. Track data and analytics about your audience and source where your streams are coming from. Use Spotify Picks, which allows you to pin tracks and albums, even playlists to the top of your profile. You'll be able to share gigs and tour dates, and you can even feature your own images and custom artwork. A really effective part is that you can actually pitch your songs for Spotify playlists, and you can do this directly within Spotify for artists. But we'll get a little bit more into detail about that in a sec. So as you can see, signing up for artist services is a no-brainer. It's free and it's an easy way to strengthen your overall brand and image on streaming platforms. Plus it gets you insights to important information like listener data, which will help you learn more about your current fans and give you access on how to target new ones. Spotify will even give you a verification tick once you've used Spotify for artists, and you'll see it on your profile. If you want some more help on that specifically, check down below in the description for a guide on how to get that sorted. Building a mailing list. If you aren't already collecting your fans' emails, then you should, and you should be keeping them updated too. And if you have a budget for hosting fees, you should create a slick professional website, and this will be essential to establishing an online presence. But it also can be a hub to start building a dedicated mailing list of fans. Even in 2022, a mailing list is still one of the best marketing tools for a musician. And to be honest, it's overlooked way too often because it feels like it's something old school. Having a mailing list offers you a direct access into the inbox of people that are predominantly going to engage with you in your music. When a fan gives you their email address, it's a good sign that this fan, this person, really wants to hear more about your music and you. So then a message directly to their inbox about your latest release, single, or upcoming tour or show is going to be a lot more effective and most likely get those sales and most likely will reach them in an effective way. Because a post on social media is great, but sometimes can get lost in the clutter of what the internet and social media really is. One of the most popular services for building a mailing list and sending out email campaigns is MailChimp. And imagine this, with a free plan, you can send up to 12,000 emails per month. And with that, build a cohesive mailing list of up to 2,000 subscribers, which is more than enough to get you started. So once you've got a mailing list, you can start sending out personalized email content. And this will go out to all of your subscribers. And then from that, you can start to really carve out your own marketing strategy. And I know what I said about social media, but it still serves a great place. The power of a good social media marketing strategy is no secret in the modern music industry. Developing and maintaining a consistent, interesting, and engaging presence on social media across platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and even Snapchat is so essential. One of the biggest trends in 2021, which is obviously going to carry on into 2022, is the huge growth of viral videos on social media, especially on platforms like Instagram with Reels, and more specifically, the platform at the moment right now, TikTok. Already loads of newer and smaller artists have rose to fame single-handedly through the power of TikTok. Artists like Lil Nas X and Pink Panthers, even artists like Hazy and SR. And a study published at the end of 2021 found out that TikTok is the most used platform for discovering new music. In some ways, TikTok has changed the way people actually use social media and create content, simply through video sharing and develop of digital challenges like dance trends and lip syncing, which can all be overlaid utilizing music. And this is all the music usually when you upload a track or a sound to the in-app library on platforms like TikTok. And remember, you can release music to every big social media platform like TikTok when you sign up for Ditto Music. Anyway, with so many social media platforms out there, one really great tip is to make sure that you keep all of your social media handles consistent. And this will help when it comes to syncing all of your channels. It'll just make it easier for people to search and follow you online. There's so much advice on how to manage social media channels and different advice on how to interact and utilize each one. But we've got a complete guide on social media marketing in 2022 down below in the description. And make sure you check that out after you finish watching this video. But just as a rule of thumb, when it comes to social media, the main things to remember are: make sure to include the links to your music on streaming platforms, interact with your followers through likes, comments, reposts, shares, saves, and any which way you can for each different social platform. And remember to post high quality and engaging content to build your followers and reach you out to new audiences. So now this is a big one, getting playlisted. Big streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and Deezer have playlists that reach millions of users and listeners worldwide. And not only getting your tracks playlisted will help you to generate global awareness for your music, but it'll help you rack up thousands and thousands of streams, which means more income for you from bigger royalty payments. Once again, to submit to the official curated list of any of these platforms, you'll need to sign up to streaming platforms artist services like Spotify for artists, Apple Music for artists, which is just another perk reserved for artists and content creators. So make sure you do that first before thinking of submitting to any big playlists. Pitching for Spotify for artists and getting featured on big playlists is definitely great, but don't discount the value of getting placements on smaller, independently curated playlists as a stepping stone to the bigger playlists. And every list you're on is a good signal to the algorithm that your music is worth listening to. And as a result of that, you could actually end up on someone else's Discover Weekly via Spotify. And if you're an artist distributing with Ditto, you can submit your music directly and straight to Ditto Spotify playlists. And these playlists have a great following and are updated weekly. And if you want to find out the ways of actually maximizing your chances of landing on these big official curated playlists, specifically the Spotify ones, then there's a link down below in the description that you can check out later on. Generate press and blog coverage. Moving on from playlists to something a bit more old school, and I'm talking about press and blog coverage. Features from music publications, whether that's mainstream magazines or more niche blogs and online webzines, are all placements that can help build hype around your music releases and can give you credentials when you need to take your career to that next level. Generally speaking, the best way to go around securing good PR is to hire a professional. PR executives know the business, but more importantly, they know who in the business to contact, which is really what it comes down to when it comes to getting great coverage. But when you're making your music independently, hiring a reputable PR executive won't necessarily be the easiest thing to do when you're working off a limited budget. So then do-it-yourself PR is more realistic and more of an option for artists independently working on a lower budget. So it's just about knowing how to go about it and how to approach a journalist and people that write blogs and publications. You'll need to create an electronic press kit, an EPK. You can therefore find examples online online. You'll have to know how to pitch to music blogs. It'd be good to learn how to write your own press release and so on. You can check out submithub.com. You can use that site to send your music to bloggers and actually get feedback. We've got posts and templates dedicated to all aspects of DIY PR on the Ditto blog down below. So literally, at the end of this video, get down there, all the information will be present. Produce a music video. So like I said earlier, if we've learned anything from marketing trends over the last year, it's the rise of video marketing and more specifically, short form video content. More and more platforms have introduced new features to cater for video content sharing, like Instagram stories and reels, as well as YouTube shorts. So with that said, the importance of using a music video to promote your track is invaluable. And even though not every track you put out might not be a hit, having an exciting and interesting and original music video to go with it means separately it might have the opportunity to go viral online, then will bring a lot of attention, audience and new followers and fans back to you and your music. There's been so many videos made over the years, so when it comes to making yours, you have to really think of a way how to stand out but not be too gimmicky. And I mean, loads of budget videos have actually blown up over the years from artists like OK Go, Childish Gambino. Even Skepta announced a few years ago that his video with Jay and Me, That's Not Me, he made for £80. And it's simply because visually something's happening that's unique, or they feature an interesting hook or chorus. It could even be a quirky theme or a deeper underlying message. And all these things in their own way in the right time can draw in more and more viewers. And even if you want to just create a standard video or a live video performance, that's okay too. It's all down to you, but it's definitely worth investing the time to create something effective. Put some thought and effort into your music visual, as you could potentially be reaping in some big rewards. Run a pre-save campaign. So when it comes to promoting your music ahead of the release, never underestimate the power of a really well executed pre-save campaign. Building up pre-saves on platforms like Spotify, Tidal, and Apple Music can really give your track or album the boost it needs to go viral on release date. One of the main reasons pre-save campaigns are so important in regards to promoting your music is that the music that you release on that day for Spotify, for example, will hugely affect the algorithm. So having those weeks, if not months, to rack up those pre-saves means that all your fans, listeners, and followers will have that song in their library on release date, which can help you generate a high stream count and build that early momentum. And it also means that music will land in your fans' release radar playlist, which is super important to help your music land in those algorithmic playlists and those editorial curated playlists from early. And here's a note: when you distribute your music with Ditto, you'll automatically get a smart link to your release to your pre-save. So it's a shareable link that will include all the major platforms, including your pre-saves, and on the day of release will automatically be the same thing, same link that you can share out and get people to buy, stream, download, whatever you need. So all you'll need to do once you've got that link is share that link across all your socials and also put that link in your bio. And this will just allow your followers, friends, and even family to pre-save and pre-add your release. So again, make sure you check out the description down below to understand all about how you can get your free Ditto Smartlink. So this one's a bit more specific, and it's all about surrounding yourself with a strong team. And just because you're an independent artist does not mean that you have to be completely and literally independent. You can ask help from others, and honestly, you should. Surrounding yourself with a great team of like-minded people and well-connected individuals who have a passion for music and, more importantly, are working in your best interest stands to reason that the chances of you being successful will dramatically increase. Round up a team of friends who will help you work towards your dream, realistically for either free of charge, or if they need a little bit more persuading, a cut of the eventual earnings, because a lot of the times when you're starting out, there's no money being made. So if you can find the right people that understand the dream and the potential earnings, it'll be the best opportunity for you, but also to let those people understand that you want to build with them. Sometimes though, you'll need to acquire more professional help for support that you'll need within the industry. People who are trained in the business and have the skills that you need, people with the knowledge and experience to take you places. So that might be a music manager, a PR executive, a booking agent, or even a radio plugger. Please don't forget, there's nothing wrong with accepting help, as long as that person genuinely believes in you and your music and you as an artist. Because usually there's always better chances in numbers. So this is one that a lot of people breeze by a lot, and is actually sometimes a downfall. It's very important to know your audience and focus on your niche. Where and to who you market your music to are two of the most important factors when it comes to reaching the right audience and potential new fans, in the digital age. Thriving music subcultures exist in all corners of the world. Some huge and sprawling, some small and dedicated. Finding, knowing, and exploiting your musical niche is key to your promotional campaign, as it's the best way to make yourself stand out in this competitive and over-cluttered music scene. I mean, if you're a rapper and MC, then join those communities, join those rap communities and win over fans that way. Same goes if you're in a metal band or if you're an R&B artist. But it's important to remember that niches aren't necessarily defined by genres. In fact, nowadays, music genres are becoming less and less straitjacketed to one musical style or one sound. Niches can sometimes better be defined more by locality. Think about it, audiences love to see artists that are close to them succeed. And if your music has a widespread appeal in terms of genre and how it sounds, you could craft this more niche appeal by starting locally. Take advantage of this mentality and grow your fan base by starting close to home before expanding nationally or even globally. And this is the last but definitely not the least. Play live and make an impact. And as the world slowly gets back to a place where it should be, this is becoming more of a thing that everyone's yearning for. Like I said, over the past couple of years, performing live has become more and more difficult with the impact of COVID-19. But in 2022, things seem to be looking up for a more of a permanent return to live music. And for newer artists, gigs, tours, and regular sets are the best way to physically connect with your audience in real life, which is a connection that no amount of social media can actually replicate. Getting booked at nearby venues and playing some really great music for local music fans will help you quickly develop a strong and new fan base. And it's so important to just not perform, but make the shows memorable, because that'll help word of mouth, and word of mouth will have people telling friends, and then you'll get double the attendance the next time you perform, and hopefully that'll build gradually if you keep making amazing shows, amazing sets, and performing to allow people to have a really great time. So once you build a local following, then you can start to think about heading out on the road, taking on new music scenes city by city, and if you're able to, even country by country. See, now that's easy to say, because touring and playing gigs night after night can get really, really hard. But then if you've got a killer live show, the rewards will speak for themselves. And if you're stuck for gigs to apply to, make sure you check out all the opportunities and free-to-play gigs down below in the description. There's festivals and shows listed, and these are updated regularly on Ditto's website. And that's it, 10 ways that you can actively push your promotion as an independent artist through 2022. Listen, if you're still watching, I appreciate you sticking around, and there's loads to unpack. But like I mentioned throughout the video, down below we've got dedicated blog posts and also videos for each point. So if you want to delve into any of these points, if not all of them, get down below in the description and check them all out. And if you're a reader and you like to refer to information, you can check out the Ditto Music Advice blogs down below also. So from me, Vital, and the rest of the Ditto team, I want to say love, respect. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And make sure you get down in the comments, drop a comment, a question, and we'll get back to as many as we can. Peace out and love. Appreciate you guys. Catch you guys in the next one.